She said, "You're acting like my dad. I don't need permission to go out." When I asked where she was going at midnight, I said, "You're right, you don't." Then I packed her stuff. When she came home at 4 a.m., her bags were by the door with a note that said, I, 31 male, was half asleep when I heard Celia, 28, rummaging around the bedroom at midnight last Thursday. We'd been living together for 8 months, dating for almost 2 years. The bathroom light clicked on, heard makeup containers clinking, the hair straightener warming up at midnight. "Babe, what's going on?" "Getting ready. Going out." Me sitting up. "Out where?" "It's midnight." "Just out. Meeting some friends." "Which friends?" Sighing dramatically. "Does it matter?" "Kinda yeah, it's midnight on a Thursday." She emerged from the bathroom. Full face of makeup, dress I'd never seen before, heels. "You're acting like my dad. I don't need permission to go out." "I'm not asking for permission. I'm asking where my girlfriend is going at midnight dressed like that." "Like what?" "Like you're going to a club." "So what if I am?" "With who?" Rolling her eyes. "Friends from work, you don't know them." "The work where you're a dental hygienist?" "Those coworkers?" "Yes, we're having a girls' night." "Starting at midnight?" "We're night owls. Stop interrogating me. I'm concerned. This is weird, Celia." Grabbing her purse. "What's weird is you thinking you control me. I'm a grown woman." "Me? Never said I control you, but we live together. Basic courtesy says you tell me where you're going." "I told you. Out with friends." "Where?" "I don't know yet. We're deciding." "Who's driving?" "Uber." "To where, if you haven't decided?" "Oh my God, you're suffocating me. I don't need to report every movement to you." "It's midnight, Celia. On a weeknight. This isn't normal." "You're right. You know what's not normal? Having a boyfriend who acts like my dad. I don't need permission to go out." Something in her tone. The defiance, the prepared arguments. This wasn't spontaneous. This was planned. "Me, you're right. You don't." "Thank you. Finally." "Me, have fun." She looked surprised I dropped it, kissed my cheek quickly and left. Heard her heels clicking down the hallway. The Uber pulling up. I sat there for maybe 5 minutes, processing. Then I got up, started packing, her clothes from the closet, folded neatly into her suitcases, her toiletries from the bathroom, the jewelry box she kept on my dresser, the photos of us from the nightstand, left those, but took them out of the frames she owned. Worked methodically. Not angry, just done. See, this wasn't the first midnight adventure. 2 weeks ago, she'd gone to get food with her cousin at 11 p.m. Came back at 3 a.m. smelling like cologne that wasn't mine. Said her cousin's boyfriend was there. Must have been his. Week before that, emergency girls' night because her friend was sad. Which friend? You don't know her. Always friends I didn't know. The common denominator, acting like asking normal questions, was controlling. Like wanting to know where your live-in girlfriend goes at midnight makes you her dad. Cool. If I'm being painted as controlling for basic communication, let me remove myself from the equation. By 2 a.m., everything she owned was packed. 6 suitcases and 3 boxes by the door. Left a note on top. "You're absolutely right. You don't need permission. You need your own place where you can come and go without basic courtesy. Your stuff is packed. Please arrange pickup tomorrow." Tea on the kitchen counter. Jason. Then I waited. 4:17 a.m. Heard fumbling at the door. Key and lock. Door opened. What the? Footsteps stopped. Could picture her staring at the luggage mountain. "Jason, what is this?" I stayed in bed. Door was locked, pounding. "Jason, open the door." "What did you do?" "Through the door. Your stuff is packed. Note explains everything." "Are you insane? Let me in." "You wanted freedom? You got it." "Over one night out?" "Over the pattern. Read the note." "I'm not reading anything. This is my home. Your name's not on the lease." Silence, then rage. "You can't just kick me out." "I'm not. Your stuff is right there. Take it to wherever you were tonight." "I was with friends." "Great, I'm sure they'll help you move." Her phone started ringing. Let it ring out, then texts. The notifications wouldn't stop. "Baby, please, this is crazy. Let me in so we can talk." "Nothing to talk about. You made it clear you don't want a partner who asks questions." "I'm removing myself from the situation." "I didn't mean it like that." "How did you mean it?" I need space sometimes." "Now you have all the space, your own place worth of space." She tried everything. crying, pleading, threatening. Around 5 a.m. she called someone. Muffled conversation, male voice in the background. 20 minutes later a car pulled up. Heard bags being loaded. Multiple trips. The male voice asking, "This everything? Jason, this isn't over." "Yes it is." Car drove away. Finally fell asleep around 6. Update 1. 3 days later, the entitlement explosion was spectacular. Friday morning, 8 a.m. My phone started nuclear. Texts, calls, voicemails. Not just from Celia, her whole squad. Her sister Diane. "What did you do? Celia's homeless." Her mom, "Jason, this is cruel. Over one argument?" Her best friend Piper, "You're a controlling psycho." Didn't respond to any of them. But Celia's texts were revealing. "I can't believe you did this. Where am I supposed to go? My credit is bad, I can't get an apartment. This is illegal. You'll pay for this." Then came the admission buried in the rage. "Luis doesn't have room for all my stuff." Luis. Who's Luis? Ah, the 3 a.m. Uber driver, presumably. Around noon she tried a different approach, showed up at my work. Security called me. "Security, Mr. Conway, there's a Celia here demanding to see you. Says it's an emergency." Me, "I don't know any Celia, please have her removed." Watched from my office window as security escorted her out. She was yelling, causing a scene. Perfect. More witnesses to her instability. Saturday, the real games began. She tried to break in while I was at the gym. Building security footage caught her trying to jimmy the lock with a credit card. Management called me. "Building manager, Mr. Conway, we caught your ex trying to break in. Want us to call police?" Me, "Please do. I want a report filed." Cops came, she played victim. "It's my home. He illegally evicted me." Cops, "Ma'am, are you on the lease?" Celia, "But..." Cops, "Then you have no right to break in. Leave, or we arrest you." She left, but not before keying my car in the parking garage. Cameras caught that too. Another police report. Sunday brought the social media smear campaign. When you find out your ex is an abusive narcissist who throws you on the street for having a social life. Domestic abuse, narcissistic abuse, homeless. Attached a crying selfie, designer clothes visible in the background. So homeless. My response? Posted the security footage of her trying to break in. Caption: when your ex tries breaking into your apartment after you asked her to leave. Caught on camera, documentation. Her friends attacked in the comments. "You're disgusting. She just wanted her things." Abuser. I replied to each. Her things were neatly packed and given to her. She chose to leave at 4 a.m. with someone named Luis instead of discussing our relationship like an adult. Boom. The Luis detail sent shockwaves. Her friends went quiet. The comments started shifting. "Wait, who's Luis? Why was she leaving at 4 a.m.? Celia, explain?" She deleted the post, but screenshots last forever. Monday, got a letter from a lawyer. She was demanding 30 days notice, retroactive somehow, $5,000 for emotional distress, $3,000 for temporary housing costs, return of gifts, stuff I bought her. My lawyer laughed. Sent back, video of her trying to break in, police reports for attempted burglary and vandalism, screenshots of her admitting she left voluntarily, itemized list of damages to my car, $2,400. Counter demand for $2,400 plus legal fees. Tuesday, Piper reached out privately. "Jason, I'm sorry. I didn't know about Luis or the midnight stuff. Celia's been lying to everyone." "What's she saying?" "That you kicked her out for going to one girl's night. But Luis just told his roommate she's been coming over for weeks, at night, after you're asleep." Interesting. I feel sick. We all defended her. You believed your friend. I get it. She's staying with Luis now, in his studio, with his 3 roommates. She's miserable. Karma's opening act. Update 2, 2 weeks later. The spiral was magnificent to watch. Celia's new reality hit hard. Luis's studio apartment with 3 roommates? Not the paradise she imagined, especially when she realized why she was always the midnight visitor. His girlfriend lived there during normal hours. Yeah, his girlfriend. Found out through the grapevine, Piper became my unintentional informant, that Luis had been juggling both of them. Celia was the side piece who thought she was becoming the main piece. His girlfriend found her stuff there. Explosive fight. Both women out on their asses. Luis chose peace and video games with his bros. Celia tried crawling back immediately. "I made a mistake. Can we talk?" "Jason, please. I love you." I was confused. Luis meant nothing. "I have nowhere to go." Me. Not my problem. You wanted freedom from answering basic questions. Enjoy it. She escalated, showed up at my gym. I switched locations, showed up at my favorite coffee shop. I found a new one, started calling my work until they threatened harassment charges. Then came the financial reality check. See, while living with me, Celia had champagne tastes on a beer budget. Designer clothes, expensive skincare, regular salon visits. How? Because I was covering rent, utilities, groceries. Her dental hygienist salary went to fun stuff. Now, studio apartment deposit needed. First and last month. Her credit was trash from defaulting on student loans. No one would co-sign. Parents said she was too old for bailouts. She posted a GoFundMe, starting over after domestic abuse. Goal, $10,000. I commented with receipts, screenshots of her going out at midnight, her admission about Luis, security footage of break-in attempt, police reports. Added, interesting definition of domestic abuse. Is it when someone asks where you're going at midnight, or when they pack your stuff neatly after you say you don't need basic courtesy? GoFundMe got reported and removed. Terms violation, fraudulent campaign. She had to sell her designer bags, posted them on Instagram with crying emojis. Her followers were brutal. Maybe don't cheat next time? Team Jason, honestly. Play stupid games. The job situation got worse. Turns out showing up to clean teeth after partying until 4 a.m. isn't sustainable. Started calling in sick. Then showing up late. Then showing up looking rough. Her boss, Dr. Bradley, was old school. 3 strikes, you're out. She burned through them in 2 weeks. Unemployment plus no savings, no sugar daddy equals rapid lifestyle adjustment. Last I heard from Piper, living in a sketchy weekly motel, working part-time at a call center. Luis blocked her after his actual girlfriend took him back. Parents refused to help until she learns responsibility. Selling her car to make ends meet. But the best part? The absolute peak karma? She applied to get back on dating apps. Bio. Independent woman who knows her worth. No controlling men. Someone sent me screenshots. Girl was getting roasted in her DMs. Aren't you the midnight escape artist? My boy Jason dodged a bullet? Independent but need a place to stay? Even better, she matched with one of my coworkers who recognized her. He sent me the conversation. Him. So what are you looking for? Her, a real man who supports his woman and doesn't ask questions. Him, like a sugar daddy? Her no, like a partner. Him, partners communicate, like where they're going at midnight. Unmatched final update, 2 months later. The ending nobody saw coming, including me. Last week, I'm at a new coffee shop, still avoiding our old spots, when I see her. Celia, in a uniform, working behind the counter. We lock eyes. She goes pale. I consider leaving, but honestly, I want my latte. Her coworker takes my order. Celia makes my drink in silence, hands it over without meeting my eyes. I nod and go to leave. Jason, wait. Turning back. Yeah? Can we talk just for a minute? My break's in 10. Something in her voice, not manipulation, just tired. Me, 5 minutes. Sat outside. She came out in her coffee-stained apron, no design or anything, hair in a basic ponytail, looking rough. I'm not asking for anything. I wanted to say, I get it now. Get what? Why you packed my stuff. Why asking where I was going mattered. Okay. I'm living in a studio with 2 strangers I found on Craigslist. One works nights, comes home at 3 a.m., never says where she's been, sometimes brings random men. It's terrifying not knowing who's in your space. Sounds rough. Last week she brought some guy who tried to come into my room. When I complained, she said I was acting like her mom. The irony was thick. Celia, I get it now. It wasn't control. It was caring enough to want to know I was safe, and I threw it in your face. Yeah, you did. I'm not asking for forgiveness or another chance. I just wanted you to know I was an idiot. Luis was nothing. Threw away something real for excitement that didn't even want me. Expensive lesson. Laughing bitterly. Tell me about it. Designer bags gone, car gone, job at the dental office gone. Living paycheck to paycheck. Can't even afford my own Netflix. Me, you'll figure it out. Yeah. Eventually, I'm taking online classes, accounting, trying to be smarter about everything. She stood up. Thanks for listening, and thanks for packing everything neatly. Could have trashed it all. Most guys would have. I'm not most guys. You're not. She's lucky, whoever ends up with you, walked away before I could respond. Sat there with my latte, processing. No satisfaction in seeing her broken. No anger anymore. Just nothing. Chapter closed. Funny thing about consequences, they're better teachers than any argument. She learned what "you're acting like my dad" really costs. Not from me yelling or fighting. From life, showing her that someone caring about your whereabouts at midnight isn't control. It's love. She wanted to come and go without questions. Now she lives with strangers who don't care if she comes home at all. Careful what you wish for. Me? Dating a teacher named Rosalie now. Know what she does when she goes out? Tells me where, with whom, and when she'll be back. Not because I demand it. Because that's what partners do. Last weekend she went to a bachelorette party. Texted me the address, said it'd run late, sent me photos throughout the night, got home at 2 a.m., crawled into bed and said, "Thanks for waiting up." That's the difference. One person saw basic communication as control. The other sees it as courtesy. Celia was right about one thing. She didn't need permission to go out. She needed respect for the person waiting at home. The note I left her that night, she kept it. Saw it in her apron pocket when she stood up. Folded and worn like she'd read it 100 times. You're absolutely right. You don't need permission. You need your own place where you can come and go without basic courtesy. Guess she finally understood what that meant. Just cost her everything to learn it.